Hey, what's good? What's good? So, if you don't know by now, we're married.
We're married. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun,
So,
dun-dun. So let's cheers.
all right. So, like I said, we're married. We flew out to Vegas. We eloped. There were several reasons behind this. Oh, let me lift this up a little bit. I'm about to say because my chair is lower than hers, so she's sitting up a little bit higher. We're in our hotel room. We're at the Aliante Hotel. It's North Vegas.
Yeah, hotel and casino in North Vegas.
Yeah, hotel casino in North Vegas. So we aren't necessarily on the strip. We're about 25 minutes outside of the strip, actually. I like it out here, though. I'm about to say, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little different, but I like it out here. And yes, we had our ceremony this morning. It was supposed to be initially sunrise. Few things we won't necessarily get into, but it was a little past sunrise. 7 Magic Mountains. Google it. Pictures will be coming soon.
Beautiful.
She chose the venue. Well, we collectively chose the venue.
Yeah, I brought up venue options to him and asked his opinion, or for him to just outwardly choose, and he outwardly chose 7 Magic Mountains.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, to me, it seemed like the better fit, and then it's like it's colorful, bright, like. So I figure, like, why not play off of it? So I mean, like, I'm not hard to please at all. So just to get into it, well, the reason being why we actually chose. I'm gonna go backwards on this. I know I said we was gonna do the 7 Magic Mountains and whatever, but I want to get your initial reaction to the overall, like, after we said our I do's and whatever the case may be, because I know we spoke on it briefly, but like, what was like your initial like reaction after the fact?
Well, my initial reaction was just happy, like, oh, we took this big official step. But then it's kind of like when we turned to each other and asked, do we feel any different? We were like, no. So it's like we just got pretty just to tell each other how much we love each other, and this is what we're gonna do.
Basically, in a nutshell, I'm about to say, and I'm kind of happy that we took this approach. Realistically, one of the reasons why we decided to elope was that we were just looking at the overall factor of where our parents were, because our parents aren't necessarily all in the same state, step parents, whatever the case may be, and how much money that we were looking to spend initially, and how much it was going to actually end up costing after fees, travel, whatever the case may be. And we looked up and was like,
it's not worth it.
If I'm gonna spend this kind of money, I'd rather spend it honeymoon and planning for the future in general. So if y'all want to toss us a bag towards that, you more than happy to.
We need house appliances and fixing up, or just traveling too. Like, we got a lot that's going on, so it doesn't matter. Like,
most definitely,
a traditional wedding with a budget of 15 more thousand, it wasn't worth it.
It definitely wasn't worth it, and I'm not saying that it's not worth it for anybody else, but for us, for our lifestyle in general, it just wasn't worth it. Like, we spend way too much time on the road, way too much time going and coming to like sit back on a $15,000, $17,000 wedding bill after the fact. And like I said, like, if you want to go the traditional route, by all means. But like I said, it just wasn't in the cards for us. The vows. So this time around, I laid back. Because normally I'm the person that kind of steps up to the plate and do all the whatever. Like, so this time around, I did the vows short and sweet, or so I thought. And this guy right here pulls out all the facts. She got like a whole sheet of like stuff laid out, and I'm sitting back, and they asked me to do my vows first. So I'm going over my vows, like, all right, cool. I'm like, I just knocked it out the ballpark, like,
because he did.
And then like, and no. So I'm like, I knocked it out the ballpark, whatever. She comes up behind me, and so she like, I'm like, yeah, that sound nice. Oh, that sound real nice. And as he listing off, I'm like, well, god damn, like I missed everything.
No. So
but,
the thing is, Kenny is really romantic and very poetic. So even though his wasn't as long as mine, even though my vows weren't super long.
No, they weren't. They weren't super long. I'm exaggerating on the super long part, but hers was a smidgen bit lengthier than mine, but she put a lot of thought into it. I appreciate it.
No problem. He's very romantic and very poetic. So his vows were gorgeous to the point I almost cried. But I was like, I don't want to look bad on her picture.
Yo, she held it like I'm about to say. Anybody who know her know that she turned on the waterworks for whatever. Your girl held it down. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think you might have let like.
I had like this one. It was too fake. This one, it was a little bit of emotion coming down with it too. And then the wind was blowing out, only hitting this eye. So it was running too. But like, I really held it. I was like, I just cheesed really hard. Like, oh my gosh.
yeah, but and then like after the ceremony, we kind of spoke, in the car, and shout out to Kelly, by the way, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But we were just talking early this afternoon, and like you kind of hear about like the jitters and the butterflies and all that other type of stuff and cold feet, whatever. And I was like, I in particular didn't experience any of that. Like, and it was like I may have thought about it once or twice, and
Mr. Too Cool for School right here.
No. I'm just saying, like, how like you speak to people and it's like everybody tells you about, oh well, you might get cold feet, you might get nervous, you might get this, that, and the third. And I almost was like anticipating those like feelings to like either come up like yesterday, today, maybe like earlier in the week. So it's like when those feelings didn't necessarily arise, I was like, oh, like,
is there something wrong?
Yeah, is there something wrong? Because it's like because everybody says that like you end up experiencing one or the other. And
wow. I felt some nerves. I would say it was more so when we were in the car waiting for the officiant to arrive. I just got a little nervous because it's like, oh, this day that I've been planning for the past 6 to 8 weeks and low key on and off for the past year, like, is actually arrived. We didn't have the elopement ceremony planned for a year, but I always wanted a small intimate wedding anyway, because I feel like most of the people who come really just want to be there for the reception. So why not just do a small ceremony and a big reception?
Exactamundo.
So I always had the idea of a small wedding or the idea of us just eloping in general.
Uh-huh.
And I just think like seeing all of that come together and just how at peace we were with just us, it kind of just made like the little nerves like, oh my goodness, it's really here and we're doing this and we're making this adult step.
Right.
So it's cool with that.
Right. So shout out to Kelly. I'm about to say, like,
yes.
So we got her on board at the last minute, like not the last minute, but we got her on board at the last minute. I'm about to say, according to photographers inside the wedding field, like we got her on board at the last minute, and she came through.
I know she knocked it out the ballpark. So we legit told. Actually, Kenny thought of the idea to ask Kelly. You're not gonna get this with every photographer or every setup, or with Kelly in this setup, because Kelly is family as well. But basically, we offered for her room and we paid her a fee, and she bought a ticket within 12 hours of her asking her. And she was just as excited as us. And oh my gosh, she was so patient and definitely took the effort to set up a tripod, look for lighting. Even when the officiant was late, she reset everything up and suggested where we should have the ceremony for the best lighting. So shout out to our photographer, Kelly Boyd. Definitely book her. she'll be on the East Coast the remaining this year.
The remainder of this year. I'm about
And
to
then
say,
she'll
so you
be
better
on
get
the
it.
West Coast in January on forward.
Which I'm kind of sad about. I'm about to say, not saying that we can't come out there and get some work done out there, because we definitely want to come out to the West
But
Coast.
she's such a sweet soul. It's like, we don't want you across the states. We want you here.
And not only the give fact that she's our like in-house photographer, so it's like
Yes.
we can kind of like, if we need to get a last minute shoot done for Charm and Aura, her, myself, whatever, like music wise, whatever, like she kind of has like been like the go-to. So
And
it's
she's
like,
steady Eddie. She's worked with a couple of my friends that also model and stuff, and they love her. The images come out great, so I have complete faith that they're going to be beautiful.
yeah, definitely. And then on top of that, shout out to the coordinator. I'm about to say that was Alicia's. I let her pretty much quarterback that, because I'm horrible at coordinating type stuff. I'm about to say, like, I'm the person where as though you could put me in a room and I know that she's gonna necessarily take care of everything on the back. And I just kind of was like, all right, cool. You know what? Like, just tell me when, where, how I need to pay, what I need to pay, what you're gonna pay, and then we just kind of made it play from there. So
yeah, shout out to our officiant. Her name is Jamel. She is known here in Las Vegas. I found her because I was initially looking for us to wed at Red Rock Canyon, but the permits and stuff were super expensive.
Yeah.
And the packages were super expensive before you even booked your room. So it was like, no.
Yeah.
And I found her because, one, we're in Vegas, so we don't really know anyone, and I didn't want no cheesy guy to come with no wrinkled shirt and stuff like that, because I saw that at the courthouse here.
Yeah.
And also, you know, I prefer for her to be African American, just because, you know, familiarity and understanding like different cultural things we might want to add, might not want to add. So we went with her. She was great. She helped me come up with the idea. At the end of our ceremony, we had a champagne toast and shared donuts. She helped with that idea.
Yeah, that was kind of dope. I'm about to say, like, because at first I was like, champagne and donuts, but when she actually showed me, like, when you'll see the pictures in a couple of days, but it's like when you actually see how everything played out and came together, it was really, really quaint, really, really classy, but it wasn't much. I'm about to say, it was a lot, but a little.
Yeah.
So that's if I could break it down any kind of way.
Yeah, and she got the donuts from this place that's local here called Pink Box. They were really good.
Definitely.
As far as like, really, the only thing that she coordinated was the time of day, because we weren't familiar with Vegas and how hot it is here over the summer. So she suggested a sunrise ceremony. And to get it done before 8 o'clock, because once 8 o'clock hits, the temperatures start to rise significantly. So a shout out to her for all those suggestions. But everything else, we kind of just did on our own. I told her we were between Magic Mountain and Red Rock, and she didn't have expertise with Red Rock and was going to refer us to someone else. But I figured who she was going to refer us to was the same places I already researched, because come to find out, another way I found it, she was in all the pictures that I was interested in for locations that were just beautiful.
Yeah.
And found it.
Yeah, so at that point it was kind of a no-brainer to kind of like go with it, because it was like, if you're popping up in all the pictures for all the people that for all the places that we kind of sort of want to use, you have familiarity in them at least. So it's like, at least you've done them once, maybe twice.
Well, we getting closer in this video, so I guess we need to talk about after the ceremony or future plans.
Yeah, that too, and it's like, but I just kind of like, I know I said I didn't want it to go over 14,
right?
But it's been a like I'm about to say, everybody's kind of seen this with the videos and like stuff like that. It's been a madhouse since we touched down in Vegas. We're going to do another recap video on that. That's gonna come like just to kind of vent and get it off our chest, but. Like you said, as far as future plans and stuff go, I'll let you get into it, and then I'll kind of segue into it, and then we'll kind of, you know.
As far as future plans, well, we're finally Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah. They can get it. Yeah.
I know, I was like getting tongue tied. And then I know we're working on music videos for Midnight Music 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to
Get back to Baltimore safe.
Yeah, we'll get back to Baltimore safe. We ready for home. And then we're just working on our businesses and maybe building a family. Not right now, so don't get excited. Please don't get excited. I was about to say, but in a couple of years, that's definitely coming down the line. And
we've had talks.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Parents,
mom, dad,
parents,
grandparents, aunts, uncles, they're coming, just not right now.
Pump your brakes.
So yeah, it's just those kind of things and deciding if we're gonna stay where we are and at home or if we're gonna move somewhere else. Or
yeah, we've been kind of thinking about a couple of places just around the U.S. to possibly relocate and start anew, or just like, I won't say start anew, just to kind of add to the chapter that we've already had. So just,
see what else out there.
Yeah.
It's 50 states to this place.
Exactamundo.
Let's just explore.
But yeah, so like I said, we definitely gonna do a Vegas recap video. We just wanted to give you the initial reactions for today. While it's still fresh in the moment. This happened maybe a couple hours ago. So I mean, not even what's the time? 9:29. Yeah.
So this happened 7 hours ago. No, not 2 in the morning.
Yeah, about to say that. No, did you get up at 2? You got up at 2.
No, I got up at 3:15.
But you initially started rolling around at 2.
Probably so.
She started rolling around at like 2:30. We turned around and got up. I got up
because our
4:30.
ceremony was supposed to be at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, so I got up at like 4. I got up at like 4. You got up at like 3:30, but you started rolling around at like 2:30. So.
Yeah.
But
long day.
to the point we had to come back and take a nap, a whole nap, because
to go to the mall, come back, eat dinner, and then we ready to take another
nap. I would say Taco Tuesday. Was it the salted lime?
Yeah, salted lime inside the casino here. Good.
Yeah, I about to say we had 3 tacos and we've been eating. It's so much little stuff, like the portions of food out here. The one thing I can say about Vegas is the portion of food out here is amazing.
They serve you huge. I don't know how these people come out here just to eat, because I could barely eat since we've been out here.
Yeah, I'm about to say we got so many like to go containers where, so half of that shit we gotta chuck in the morning. Yeah. To be completely honest. So we only bringing but so much back, and I'm about to say, and then we got like another case of water, so it's like but that's neither here nor there. That's
for the recap. That's video, the recap video, I'm gonna give y'all some warnings about Vegas too. If you saw my Insta story, you probably saw one of my main complaints. Yeah. But I'm gonna give you some tips on Vegas.
Yeah, we definitely gonna do a Vegas recap. But like I said, that's neither here nor there. We just wanted to give you some, first reactions to like us being
married. And we're happy in love.
But like I said, recap video coming soon. This is Cool Blue.
I'm Lady Blue.
And this is Blue Talk.
Bye.